When I was in the process of moving from New Jersey to Florida, and I had not yet gotten to Florida, I was so anxious because I felt like something was going to not go through with my house sale. And then when my house sold, I felt like I wasn't going to get a job transfer. And then when I was able to get down here, it was such a relief. It took about 2-3 years from the initial decisions I made to like being settled in. Now, I've yet to buy property in Florida, and that's part of my next chapter. But in this video, I want to address, the underlying feeling when we feel like we're going to get to Florida when we're too old or when it's too late. It's a real concern because, life requires a level of health, energy, and a somewhat relatively young age to enjoy the outdoors. And Florida is an outdoor state. The vast majority of the year, Florida is sunny and either warm or either very hot. There's a couple months out of the year, mainly September and October, where you have to deal with hurricanes. But for the most part, Florida is an outdoor activity, biking, walking, surfing, boating, jet skiing, just an outdoor activity lifestyle. And that outdoor activity, whether you're golfing, swimming, walking, surfing, it's for the younger people for the most part. I mean, I guess you can say older people golf, right? And, even older people, I really see them down here, they enjoy their walks. And for me, I enjoy my walks. I don't do any extreme sports anymore or anything like that. So just the ability to go outside and walk is a blessing. And when you're in New Jersey or any other state, you fill in the blank. And when it's cold and you have yet to sell your house and you have yet to find a job and you're overwhelmed and you're anxious and you're scared, you're nervous, but mainly frustrated because you feel by the time you get to Florida, it's going to be too late for you or something's going to happen. And even something like the coronavirus, I think it really made people aware, just like 9/11, that life is not this guaranteed of time. And things can change like this. And that kind of makes people go out there and make irrational decisions or quick decisions or whatever. And obviously sometimes that's bad, but what is good is to live with urgency. Because if you're not urgent and if you don't put a plan together and take action, it may be too late. Or even if it's not too late when you come to Florida, you're going to miss out on quality years. And quality years just simply means you'll be able to be outdoors more. For me, I love that vitamin D. I got my sunroof open. I love hot weather. I like it humid. I like it moist. And not being able to have that, and even visiting, but not being able to stay, was very anxiety-ridden, overwhelming, frustrating. I remember on one of my vacations, it was like the last day of my vacation, and I was telling the local that, man, I gotta go back up north. I don't want to. And I remember this guy said something to me. I never forget it. He goes, well, if you don't want to go back there, why are you going back there? And it really jolted my spirit. Not because I believe he was telling me, don't go back to your house, don't go back to your responsibilities. He was telling me in a way, if you don't want to live where you are, don't continue to do that. Change. Many times the only person that is stopping us from changing is ourselves because of the fear of the overwhelming process. And what I want to tell you is take one step at a time. Get out of your lease, sell your house, obtain a job. Don't buy any property in Florida until you lived here for a couple of years. And look, we're all getting older day by day. Nothing we can do to stop time, but start today. Not as if you're going to be in Florida tomorrow, but do all that you can control today to keep pushing the rock forward. Over the weekend, you throw stuff out, you contact a real estate agent, you list your house, you proactively get your house inspected as far as if you have any permits that haven't been closed out, so that when your house does get a bid, and right now houses are selling quick as I make this, you want to have everything in place. You want to keep your hope alive. You want to just focus on what you can control. Remember the prayer of serenity, where you ask God to help you to focus on what you can control, not what you can't. You can't control time. You can control what you do today. And I made it, and I'll tell you, I'm very fortunate. I made it by the time I was 40 down here. And I feel very fortunate. I still have my good and bad days because you're still human in Florida. But I took good habits, and I took my time to transfer a job, and I picked up I would recommend too, just know other alternative side hustles, whether the gig economy or whatever, because, when you're in a new state, it's like being in a new country. If something falls out, you want to be able to pick up the pieces because you're far from home or you're far from wherever you are. But if you live simple, if you stay active, if you stay after what you want, I believe, for the most part, you'll be okay. And it is painful to separate yourself between your family and your friends and even just the environment that you knew, because you feel the pressure that if you fail, you'll be laughed at or looked at, or I told you so. And that's why you do want to do things responsible, but you don't want to live your life for people like that. And you don't want to let people who say, oh, what about sharks? What about hurricanes? What about this? Look, all that's a reality of Florida. Sharks, bugs, humidity, hurricanes. There's no place on this earth that you can go that everything is perfect. So I'm talking to the people who are passionate about Florida and don't give a fuck what no one has to say about it. Okay? And what I want to tell you is start today. Keep going. Consistency is the key to everything, including changing your environment. Be consistent and persistent in making your plan go forward. Follow up with your real estate agent. Follow up with inspections at your local township code enforcement. Follow up with the job interviews lined up for your job transfer, a new job down here. Don't buy until you've lived in Florida for a little bit. Keep pushing forward. Your dreams are important. The sun is important. Florida's important. Oh, I love tropical paradise. I love Florida. I want to tell you that it is possible to get here before you're too old. You say, well, I'm 70. I say, hey, you still maybe got 10, maybe even 20 more years. Now, if you're 95, you're not watching this. Come on. If you are, I appreciate it, but come on. Guys, go after what you want. If you don't go after what you want, your mother, your husband, your wife, no one's going to do it. Now, if you're married, that's a different can of potatoes. You're going to have to figure that out. Because I know from experience, people I know, if you want to come to Florida, but your spouse doesn't, it's going to be a disaster. So you either got to get a divorce, or you got to force them down here, and they're going to resent you the rest of your life. So that's a tough battle. So I'm not going to give advice there, but I'm going to tell you, I don't know what to tell you on that. I'm single. I'm single with no kids, no pets. That's why I was able to do it the way I did it. But I almost got entangled with a girl and almost got caught up back in New Jersey. And a friend of mine told me, he goes, Sam, what are you doing? You wanted to get to Florida, right? Don't get tangled up here. And thank God it ended in a disaster, but at least I got out of it. So what I want to share in this video is just some thoughts. Why? Because they help you. They help me be consistent and show up and make videos. And they inspire. Why? Because your testimony and the grace of God are the greatest things you have. Now, even sometimes along your journey, you curse God. I know I do. And sometimes we're so scared or pissed or we don't want to share our life. And I've been there too. So I'm sharing from a healed perspective, at least for today and for my life. And if my words help you, I appreciate that. And I'm glad they do. build your own life. If you want to support the channel, click that blue join button. You'll get unlimited access to all my live feeds. Check out my playlists about moving to Florida and all my videos about places in Florida, about life, etc. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. Peace.